The second day of the Amgen Tour of California, the famous Rose Bowl, the Colorado Street Bridge and the City Hall was where it all began. 92 miles bound for Santa Clarita, the first ever start in South Pasadena.
Comfortable in the yellow jersey after his opening day win around San Diego, Peter Sagan, the reigning world champion and defending champion of this race.
Well, the riders nervous at the start because they were expecting this race with its 4 climbs to provide us with some indication of who might win. Would it be Lawson Craddock, who's been listed as one of the pre-race favourites for this 8-day race? The man in yellow, though, at the start line was Peter Sagan after his win on the previous stage, defending just a few seconds lead.
Well, it was only at the start, Phil, that everybody was nice and calm. Mark Cavendish thinking about what was looming on the horizon as the riders moved into the Angeles Mountains.
Just 14 miles down the road was the first climb of the day, a first category mountain of the which is called the Angeles Crest Highway. And once on the climb here, at one stage, 22 riders had built a lead. But by the time they came up towards the summit finish, it was a sprint, basically, from the main field, won by Alaphilippe. This was the second climb of the day, and this breakaway was looking a little bit more lively. A close finish went to Evan Hoffman ahead of Ben King. Then it was out on course. It was left with a lead of 7 minutes to the front runners for Team Tinkoff to try and chase them down.
When they came up to the first sprint of the day, when they went through Ora Vista, Ben King in the green jersey of Cannondale decided he wanted some time bonus points and took himself 3 seconds time advantage at this point.
Well, the sun was now out. The flag was flying for the United States. There was 3 Americans and 1 Norwegian in the breakaway. Meanwhile, on this climb of the little Chunga Road, it was Bradley Wiggins in a spot of bother. Other sprinters being dropped as well. They still could not catch up with the front runners. On to the climb at number 3 here. At the top, 23 miles left to go. It was the same 2 at it again. Ben King taking a long way round, Paul, and just getting beaten again by Evan Huffman.
Almost a photo finish, but look at the rider on the inside in the orange jersey. Huffman just lunging to get his wheel across the line in first place, and those points were going to be very important at the end of the day. The main field were well organised as they went over the top of the climb. They'd pulled their advantage back to around about 2.5 minutes, and floating around like a man possessed towards the front end of the main field in the yellow jersey, Peter Sagan looking very much as if he was enjoying his day at the office.
But on the run in towards the finish now, Paul Wilbarter, who was the second youngest rider in the race at 20 years of age, was still with the remaining 3 front runners. And now, could he catch up? Because they were running back towards the finish. He did get back, so 3 riders heading down towards the finish. But they were soon to come to again. 1 kilometre to go. The peloton were 20 seconds behind.
And it was all down to who was going to win out of the 2 men in the group. The peloton had misjudged it on this occasion. Somebody was going to have a great taste of glory, but it was keeping calm right until the final lunge for the line as the peloton missed out.
Well, no American has won a stage of this race since 2014. That was about to change, whichever man won. Waiting for his sprint till the very last moment, Ben King, winning his first race on American soil for 6 years, gets over the top of Huffman, wins the day and takes the overall lead of the race. The peloton was cleaned up by the sprinters, with Christoph taking the sprint for 3rd.
And a change in the overall standings as we look at Ben King. Not only was he getting himself the stage victory today, but with the 10-second time bonus and the gap over the main field, that lunge for the line would also make him the new leader of the Amgen Tour of California.
But there was more than just a little consolation, though, for the rider who finished 2nd, Evan Huffman, because he would be the new leader in the Lexus King of the Mountains competition. So there was a leader's jersey for both of them for when we line up for day 3, heading for Gibraltar Road, not too far away from Santa Barbara. Very, very pleased indeed for a man who broke part of his leg in January when he fell on the ice training. He's come back to this. He now leads the race. Evan Huffman in 2nd place. This is the stage result. Alexander Kristoff 3rd. Peter Sagan missed out on the bonuses, and that cost him the overall lead. And the top 10 completed by United Healthcare's Marco Canolan. Tomorrow we're on Gibraltar Road. There's the overall standings for you, and puts Ben King 8 seconds ahead of Huffman, 14 over Sagan, and 20 over Kristoff.